Alrighty, so recently it has been brought to my attention to create a more in-depth review of the Yoyofactory Boss. So here we go. The first thing you will probably notice about the Boss is it is undersized. It clocks in at 50.75 millimeters, so it makes this yo-yo a great pocket throw. However, some people love small yo-yos, and some people just can't stand small yo-yos. So I guess that's kind of based on your own preference on the size of your yo-yo. Another thing to highlight about this yo-yo is its shape. It has a very smooth V shape, so it's very comfortable to hold in the hand, and it is definitely very comfortable to catch when it returns to your hand. So that is another upside of the Yoyofactory Boss. And as I stated earlier, the Boss is undersized. Shockingly though, it has a solid weight of 66.8 grams, which makes the yo-yo stable, long sleeping, and when you're doing your tricks with the Boss, you just feel like you're in control. It's very maneuverable, and it has a nice controlled speed to it. It can go fast, but while you're going fast, you do still feel like you have control. And the Boss, when you're playing with it, it just feels very, very powerful. And another great feature about the Boss is its stellar grinding capabilities. Thumb and finger grinds like a boss, because it is the Boss. And of course, finger spins may be a little trickier because it is only 50.75 millimeters. However, with enough willpower, anything is possible. This yo-yo does come stock with a spec bearing, and the spec bearing plays nicely. However, I did switch mine out with a concave bearing, which I think improves playability a little bit, and that's just kind of my preference in bearings. So right now I'm gonna compare it to a couple other yo-yos that are kind of similar, and some yo-yos that are different from it, so you can kind of get a better idea of the Boss's size and shape and so on. The first yo-yo I'm going to compare it to is the Magic Yo-Yo Overlord. Now, before I got the Yoyofactory Boss, I used to think the Overlord was small, but as you probably can see, the Boss is a little bit smaller. If you can see that right there. And the Overlord does have a more severe V shape, where the Boss has a kind of more smooth V shape. The width is about the same. It's about the same. So that is compared to the Overlord. The Boss, I find, does grind a lot better than the Overlord does. But that's it compared to the Overlord by Magic Yo-Yo. The next yo-yo I'd like to compare to is the Yoyojam's Revolution. And once again, the Boss is a little bit smaller than the Yoyojam's Revolution. Just slightly there. Try to get it lined up there. So it is just a tad smaller. And if you were to compare the shapes of the yo-yos, the Revolution has more of like a modified shape, where again the Boss has the smooth V shape. So that is it compared to the Yoyojam's Revolution. And another yo-yo I'm going to compare it to is a full-size yo-yo, the Yoyofactory Replay Pro. So when comparing it to this yo-yo, there's definitely a noticeable size difference. If you can see that there, that's a major size difference. The Yoyofactory Boss is much smaller than the Yoyofactory Replay Pro. And if you were to compare the width again, the width of it, the Yoyofactory Boss is just a it's a noticeable width difference, but it's not a drastic amount like the diameter difference. In the shape comparison, the Replay Pro kind of has an H shape to it, where the Boss again has that smooth V shape to it. Overall, when I first saw the Boss, I was very intrigued by it, and after my first throw, I was shocked at its performance, and I really started to respect the Yo-Yo, and I'm just amazed at how well it plays for its size, and just it's a great product, and it is definitely one of my favorite yo-yos. So I hope that gave you a better idea of the Yoyofactory Boss. I really enjoy it. I really think it is a great product, and I hope it helped. So thanks for watching.